Hello witches, it's Strigabella. Today is a really nice day here. I just drove by one of those clocks and it said it's 78 degrees, but it's pretty cool feeling. I don't know if it's just the breeze or what, but today I actually have a sweater on, if you can see, and I feel really fallish today. I have my black cat earrings on. I have my big moonstone ring. I was gonna wear my this thing. It's leather and what do you call this? Ribbon. It had, when I bought it, it had a goddess on it, but I'm saving that for a little bit closer to Samhain. I'm wearing also my this thing. It's a lot of Italians wear it. It's the hand gesture for Fotomalocchia, against the evil eye. And I also have my eye on, against the evil eye. Now I have been really upping the ante on doing protection and banishing evil and all of that. When I lived in Wakefield, I really didn't do what the majority of us, would do. Most people are very, very reliant on protection magic and always being protected and grounding yourself and banishing evil, getting all the negativity out. But when I lived in Wakefield, I really didn't do that on a very regular basis. I don't know, the spirits that were in my house, I was very comfortable with. And since I left that house, it's apparent that they're very unhappy. They're very unhappy at the fact that we left, and probably because of the way we left. It was a very negative thing that happened with the foreclosure and what my husband had been doing behind my back and all of that. I've put it all behind me, and we have this whole brand new start and all, but as far as the spirits and that house goes, I had a real deep connection. There were the fae in the yard that I regularly had a relationship with. I had many festivities back there and full moons. I got some of my children involved, and it was just such a wonderful thing. I had a hawthorn tree where the fae showed themselves a couple times to me. I could hear them. They would join in sometimes when I was singing or ringing little bells and stuff like that. And I lived there for 12 years. So over that time, you build a relationship with the property and the energy and all of that. I also had the garden where I would regularly put the ashes of positive spells, prosperity things, and it infused the soil with more magic year after year after year. And all those things made the house you just felt that happy, wonderful energy. So many people used to come into our home and just love to be there, especially young people. When we were involved in the church that we were back when we lived there, the troubled people, there were several troubled kids from troubled families. They would come to our home and say that they wished that they could live there, that it just had such a feeling of love and fun. And we didn't really do very much. We didn't have very much. It was just the energy of the house and the feeling of the family and all of that. It's just a feeling. And those of you who are empaths know what I mean. It gave off such a wonderful homey vibe. I wanted to stay there forever, and it's just really sad. As soon as we left the house, things started to break. The furnace, the pipes, everything just went amok. The ceiling, we had a brand new roof. The roof started leaking again. Water went into the kitchen. There's mold everywhere. It's like the house just completely rebelled against us leaving, and my heart's broken for that reason, because I know spirits can get angry. They probably want to be accepted, want to be cared for, feel part of something. I don't know. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I feel, because it's obvious that they're not happy anymore. Even just looking at the yard, it just looks like it's just so sad. It's a sad looking house now, whereas it was always so happy, especially this time of year. I am going to go back at least one or two more times. Hopefully the offer got accepted on the house so that it's not going to go into official foreclosure. We did what's called a quick sale, so the person has to come up with all of the cash up front, and hopefully the bank will forgive the rest of the loan. I think we were short like a little over $100,000 or something, and hopefully it will be a forgiven debt. But I still have stuff to get over there. I still haven't got my beautiful wicker set, and I do want to get some of the red bricks from the house. I heard Sunshine Morning Ray the other day. She was talking about protection magic. I think that was the topic this week on Witches of the Moon. And so at my children's school, where I'm going now to pick them up, they had a couple torn down brick walls, and there's bricks strewn across the front of the property. So on the first day of the week, Monday or Tuesday, whatever it was, I grabbed a few bricks. I grabbed, I think, 3. And yesterday I hammered them all up. I still have to grind them a lot more, but I got them into pretty tiny small pieces, and some of them, some degree of dust. My hands now are covered in painful blisters, because I used this huge mallet-like thing. Next, I think I'm going to have to find a chisel or something. I also used a big rock to help me with some of the grinding. And I have a granite mortar and pestle. So when I got the pieces small enough, I put them in that. So, needless to say, my mortar and pestle is getting a lot of use. I hadn't really used it for anything that hard yet. Mostly I just was grinding herbs and flowers and things like that in it. So I'm really testing this granite stuff to see how strong it is, and it's upheld itself pretty well. So I have a big container of pink brick dust that I'm going to be using, and this is the waning moon. So I'm going to be doing some banishing of negative stuff out of the home. I'm going to be cleansing and doing all of that because, you know, obviously you don't want to do a circle of protection around your property and trap anything negative in with you. I'm sure everybody who's done videos on this topic has probably told you that. But in case they haven't, it's really important that before you do any kind of circles around your house, which is salt, brick dust, or whatever your particular protection is, to keep out negative energies, negative people, anybody wishing to do harm. You need to clean and banish and cleanse your house. And this should be done, on a somewhat regular basis. Some people do it once a month. Some people do it a few times a year. It just depends on what your practice, what your particular type of witchcraft entails. Or especially like if something happens, it's good to do it then, to banish whatever the negative thing that happened was, because sometimes those types of things bring in negative energy, and it's not always even on purpose. Sometimes you can get the evil eye from people who love you. I know I've mentioned this before on videos, but I had a friend who was a very close friend for many years, and I used to get the evil eye from her all the time. Almost every single time I saw her, I would get the evil eye. Now, I am an empath, and I'm very sensitive to changes in my body. I was more so when I was younger. As I get older, it's a little bit more difficult. I think it's because my body has been through a lot of trauma. I was hit by a car in 2001, and my spine is a mess, and those things kind of dull my senses a bit. So although I still can, I'm very perceptive. I don't think I'm as perceptive as I was when I was like in my 20s. But there's a very particular feeling when I have the evil eye cast on me. I usually get a headache, but it's not like any other headache. As soon as I feel it, I know that I've gotten the Malakya, and usually I know who gave it to me, because as soon as you think about it, usually that person will come to your mind. I don't know if it works that way for everybody, but in my tradition, from Italy, my family was from Sicily, so I'm from southern Italy tradition. It just works that way for me. Oh, and I wanted to share with you guys a really great find. As you know, if you've watched me long term, 2010 my aunt died, and then 2011 my grandmother died, so it left the house empty, and my sister and her husband now live there. But they basically everything that belonged to my aunt was gifted to me, because I was the closest person to her. She was my godmother. And in this box of rosary beads, prayers, I think the Bible that she got when she was given first penance and first communion, those things were in there. And in it I found a Bible that was in Italian. It's very, very old. If you guys have seen antique books, most antique books, the inside cover is very different than what it would be now. Usually it has like decorative, it almost looks like wallpaper on the inside covers of the book. So this book was from Italy, and it's written in Italian, and when I saw the name on the page where it says who it belongs to my great-grandfather. Now, my great-grandfather was the one who in Italy was famous as a strega. That's how he made his living. People came to him from all over, seeking him to take away the evil eye and cleanse their houses and take away illnesses and so forth. So he was a very talented Strega, and I'm just so happy, and I feel like that Italian Bible was definitely meant to get to me, and I believe he would be proud of me for boldly practicing his faith. Although it was passed on to other members of our family and all, nobody really, they practice like the little superstitious things, and they do the bowl over the head to get rid of the headache, but that's pretty much it. They more call themselves Catholics. They're not really proud to be Stregas like I am, but I'm very proud of my heritage, and I was so happy to find that Italian Bible, and I'm going to cherish it. Also with it was his brown scapulas. If you don't know what that is, it's like these two little square, they have pictures of Jesus and Mary, or sometimes other saints. They have those on each square, and they are connected by a brown cotton string kind of thing. But the brown ones are the ones that are very special and sacred. They have them in all kinds of different colors and everything, but the old school Italians believe that if you are on your deathbed, if you die with the brown scapulas, that you are automatically, you will go to heaven. They believe in burying people with the brown scapulas on. So it's really special that I have his scapulas. I'm sure he was probably buried with another scapula, but this is the one that he kept in his Bible. I believe he used it as like a bookmark. So that was really a special thing to have. And I use a lot of my ancestors' things in my practice, like my grandmother's magnifying glass. As you know, magnifying glasses can be used for scrying, but this particular one I can also put on a chain, and I can use it as a pendulum, and it's worked very well. With pendulums, you have to really find one that works for you. It took me a long time to get them to work for me. Everybody has different strengths and different weaknesses, and you need to really just find your niche. It's the same with anything, some people are good at being doctors, some people make better lawyers, and it's the same with witchcraft. You have to just find your area of expertise and stick with it, and you will be the one that people go to when they need whatever your expertise is. So then I also wanted to share with you that 3 bricks did not make as much brick dust as I thought it would. So this morning I hopped out of the car again, and I took 5 more bricks. So I will be chopping bricks like a madwoman for a while, making the brick dust. And when the moon is waxing again, I will be doing some protection stuff. And boy, was that harvest moon beautiful. I love the full moon this time of year. I just think it is so absolutely gorgeous. I could just look up at the sky forever when it's like that. I'm passing a really beautiful lake right now. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's really pretty. I don't know the name of it. It might be, no, that's not Neponset. I don't know, but I'd like to see if there's a way I can walk around it, because so far this is the closest thing I've seen to any kind of nature hiking type of place, but it might not have any paths or anything. So anyway, Thank you for your thoughts. Thank you for all the messages you guys sent. I told my friend that people were lighting candles and they were keeping her and her family in their thoughts. So again, thank you so much. It means a lot. And blessed be. Bye.